All right, we're going to start our 6 o'clock newscast to tell you a jury sends another convicted criminal to death row. Cheshire home invasion killer Joshua Komisarjevsky, of course, gets the death penalty on all counts. Good evening. It has been a long and grueling process for the relatives of the 3 Cheshire murder victims. Justice has now been served in the case against Komisarjevsky, 6 counts of death. News 8's Jamie Muro has been covering this thing all day long today as this came down. He joins us live once again from New Haven Superior Court. Jamie, this has been a long and grueling phase of this trial.
Long and grueling really is an excellent way to describe this, and I mean, especially when you go back July 23rd, 2007, when this nightmare began for Dr. Pettit. There was the physical healing that he had to go through, the psychological healing. One wonders if that's really ever going to happen. Then he went through the grueling Stephen Hayes trial. The family got what they wanted there with Stephen Hayes being sentenced to death, and now today we finally get the death penalty verdict from the jury. There were 6 counts felony counts that Joshua Komisarjevsky was, I guess, I don't know if eligible is the word, but the counts that carried into the death penalty. Murder of 2 or more people, murder of someone under 16 years of age, kidnapping, sexual assault. The jury found him guilty, or gave him the death penalty, I should say, on all of those counts. And in the end, Dr. Pettit said he had faith in this jury and content, relieved that this is finally over.
Jamie, can you hear me?
I can, Ann. Yes, I'm sorry. I was expecting a segment of Dr. Pettit's interview there from the press conference just about 5 minutes ago. I don't know if we do have that. We're going to play that for you right now.
We certainly have been criticized over the years that this is vengeance and bloodlust, but this is really about justice. And there was a number of people, if you sat through all of the voir dire, there was a number of people on that jury who really weren't really sure where they stood in the death penalty, but after they looked at the facts of the case, they could only see their way to find one appropriate punishment that would serve justice.
Do you want to hear from him on January 27th? Would you like him to apologize?
No.
Say anything to you?
No, I prefer not to hear a thing. Thought it was rather striking in the closing argument that there was no apology forthcoming. There was an apology from Attorney Bansley and from the defense, and that was about it. I think no, I don't want to hear from the man at all.
Dr. Pettit, the jury.
And you know, the state really saying it came down to this. The night before the home invasion, Komisarjevsky and Hayes burglarized 2 homes in Cheshire. The difference between that and the home invasion was when they went into the Pettit home, they had masks, he grabbed a weapon, they saw Dr. Pettit there sleeping, and from that point on, they really had a plan of what they were going to do. And the state's saying that on more than one occasion, Komisarjevsky could have simply walked out of the house when Hayes went and got the gasoline. Komisarjevsky didn't leave. When Hayes went to the bank with Mrs. Pettit, Komisarjevsky didn't leave. When Hayes was pouring the gasoline, at least that's what Komisarjevsky said he was doing, Joshua didn't stop that. When they were pouring gas on the Pettit girls, around the beds, he did nothing to stop that. He only left the house when he was trying to escape the flames, jump into the Pettit car. And in the end, really, when you look at that evidence, the sexual assault that he committed on Michaela, you can see the jury really had a clear decision in their minds of what his fate should be. That fate should be death. The sentencing, official sentencing now, was on January 27th. The family gets a chance for a victim impact statement. They get to read, talk about how they are feeling, what this crime has done to them. But as I asked Dr. Pettit, do you want to hear from Joshua Komisarjevsky? It may not mean much, but an apology, and you heard him. He said it wouldn't do any good. I'd rather not hear his voice. For now, we are live in New Haven. Jamie Muro, News 8.